Okay, that's the front view. Now what we're gonna do, okay, sorry, I bumped it. You can see right here is the exhaust pipes at the top of the camera. Right up there, both of them in front of the axle. Now we're gonna fire it. So you hear it from back here. Now I will tell you what, that bad boy starts. Say hello to my little friend. You heard those 400 little ponies in there. See, this carb goes on there, and the reason I used a spacer is because I'll show you here. Anyway, there's the nitrous plate. We're on 1405, which is a manual choke Edelbrock. 1406 is electronic. This is a 600 CFM. Do not buy these carburetors, they're junk. The only thing this is good for is a stock vehicle. If you have anything that has mid to high compression, it's not going to run right. The problem I ran into with my 327, which is a completely stock Corvette build for a 60, I think 63 or 67, somewhere in there. What they did is they put, for 1 year or 2 years there, they put injection on a 327 with a camel hump head. Or if you didn't have that on it, for a little less horsepower, like 375, you could run the 750 double pumper Holly. That's the way to go. No issues, idles, you heard it there. This one, you can see it in the video. It makes it run like hell, like rough. It doesn't want to stay idling unless you keep tagging the gas. Do not buy anything like that and put it on any sort of a car that you think that you're going to run on the street unless it's stock. If it's stock, you're good. If it's a mild build, you're not good, because anything that you go over a stock ring and a stock piston and bring the compression up, you are going to have problems with that one idling and all over the map. Same thing with all these Edelbrock, I've learned. They have issues. My buddy had one on his 350. I took it off, immediately went to Holly 750, put it on there. As soon as you hit the key, it purrs like a kitten. It has been a long time since this thing has started. I recently tuned it up. Let's see what it runs like. It's the next morning. It is not warm at all. Okay, the vehicle's not going to start here because of the carburetor. It's the next morning. That's why I'm switching it to the Holly. There's something wrong with the specific carburetor and all Edelbrock. Anything over a stock compression, it floods itself when idling, and also won't stay idling unless chokes on a hair. I've tried 3 different Edelbrock carburetors. It's all identically the same. Here's the part where it's about to just roll to a stop like it's out of time. I edited this part, I cussed a few times. Okay, when you rev up this type Edelbrock carburetor, the idle doesn't want to come down because it's pulling gas out of it because of the too much compression. That's what floods it out at an idle. You'll rev it, and it's almost like as soon as you turn the throttle off, it's still on and slowly comes down on its own. That's one of the issues. Now you're going to hear it run with this carb. Notice how rough. Classic, throttle it to keep it running. There it is. This is an 850 double pumper. The next carb is a Holly 850 race carb. Solid power valves. They just twist in their caps. And I won't tell you much else, but what I'm trying to tell you is this thing has so much compression, an Edelbrock wouldn't run on it. rebuild it no matter what. It was sporadic. It'd flood out and everything else, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I played with it for about 6 months. I thought maybe the cam was off a tooth a little bit here and there. Had a few little issues. It seemed like it just didn't want to time out or something. The mini torque starter yet. This thing's such high compression. If it's cold, it'll fire right up. If this thing isn't cold, it won't even run. It'll just roll real slow, like it's out of time, but it's not. Okay, that's the front view. Now what we're gonna do, okay, sorry, I bumped it. You can see right here is the exhaust pipes at the top of the camera. Right up there, both of them in front of the axle. Now we're gonna fire it, so you hear it from back here. This is the 850 Holly. Now I will tell you what, that bad boy starts easily. Now we'll show the exhaust pipes idle with the Edelbrock one. Tell me. I have to keep revving it, and you'll clearly hear the idle come up and slowly come down, even though I'm off the throttle. It should not be doing. Edelbrock do not run right on a vehicle. And if it's anything over a mild build, you'll have these issues. You'll notice idle doesn't want to come back down after I rev it. Don't buy these for a mild built or higher built compression engine. Stock, it's fine. Flooding, starting, and falling plugs will be your issue. Good luck. It's like it's really doggy and powerless. The two barrels are teeny in the front. You've seen it, what I showed you, the difference. If I showed you what this one runs like, you'd be like, something ain't right, because with the chokes all the way shut, it fires up. And as you lean it out, yeah, it'll run decent. As soon as this thing warms up, it doesn't want to be fully open, it wants to stay there. And when you fully open it, you have to keep feathering it to keep it running. And it has nothing to do with the front fuel mixture screws here. We're 3 turns out, 1.5 is where you start. I got a little gauge for the front of it, which is right here. You stick it on here and you want to be right in the green and get the max out of it by turning 1 in until it starts to minus how much out of the green, and then until it maxes, till it peaks, and then starts to come back down and stay in that middle sweet spot. Same thing with this fuel mixture screw over here, and always have it plugged here. What that tells you is you got the best mixture for your idle, and then you can play with it up a little bit more and stuff like that, but you don't want to play with these no more. You want to lock them that way and leave them, and that's the end of it. What I'm trying to tell you here is this carburetor's junk. You don't ever want to run this over anything but a stock motor. If you
never
do,
stop having fun, because if you don't,
you
won't be anybody.
It won't run right. It's over on there, is like I showed you.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
With a new body onto it and some other parts, so now it's an 850 double pumper. And surely gets down. And it has the power valves inside.
You ever had the feeling you're being watched by somebody? You best turn around, because you never know when someone might just be there.
A rubber seal so it can actuate. Alright, that's going to wrap it up here. Now we
slap
can
me on the ass
Holly,
and call me
put it on
silly and maybe a
enjoy
little
these
crazy,
pictures
but
as
this
much as
damn
I do.
video's been fun for me,
Stay
everybody.
every day.